Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your daily dose of zombies news from the game and community here on COD Zombies HQ. Thanks so much for tuning in today, because the fallout from yesterday's update is still ongoing with a bunch of new things being found in this game, including the first concrete details about something this community has been asking for years at this point, which we'll get right into as our first story of the day. For a very long time, Zombies players have asked Treyarch for seasonal events inside the Zombies game mode. Well, while various Call of Duty game developers have done it a whole bunch of times in multiplayer, for whatever reason, the idea of limited time events in the Zombies mode that change the actual map itself when they're active just has seemed to never materialize until today. Because with the latest patch that was added into Cold War Zombies, there was a whole bunch of things added into the game that Treyarch didn't tell us about. Some of that new stuff and secret changes are available in the game right now, but others are just waiting to be unlocked but have been found within the actual files of the game itself. With the big thing being found that has the Zombies community very excited is the existence of a limited time Christmas themed version of Maschine. We know this is coming because Treyarch has already added a bunch of the assets for it in the game already, just not unlocked yet, where in this Christmas themed version of Maschine, all the zombies will have new outfits become literal elves, the megatons will get a makeover and a Santa hat, and the plague hounds on the map will get a fitting red nose and antlers, just to name a few that have already been found. On top of that, it seems like new mechanics will be introduced here in Maschine because of various new voice dialogue that has been found that suggests the game will introduce its own version of a naughty or nice mechanic, either giving you a reward, something good, or alternatively giving you a punishment or something bad. This limited time Christmas themed version of Maschine comes on the heels of players revisiting the Maschine reveal trailer and noticing something in it that we actually haven't seen yet, where it reveals within the trailer that there exists a nighttime version of Maschine. Now, of course, the only nighttime version of this map that we know of is within the Dark Ether, but as you can see from the trailer, this isn't the Dark Ether, nor is it a beta version of the Dark Ether, because the launch version of the Dark Ether is shown in full at the end of the trailer. So the question is, when will we be seeing this nighttime version of the map? Perhaps it will coincide with the release of the Christmas themed event. Alternatively, if Treyarch is intending to not release a new Zombies map until sometime in February, and they don't decide to release the Nocturne Tone survival map that's been theorized, they could end up releasing this nighttime version of Maschine to help keep the community alive and interested until Firebase Z is released. But at least for the very first time since release, we now know for sure one of the new game modes that is going to be entering this game that Treyarch promised within Season 1 with his limited time Christmas event. But moving on to our second story of the day, and a big warning here, guys. I want to make sure none of you lose out on your hard-earned money. Ever since the recent patch, players have a very small chance that the game will glitch out in front of you, as this Twitter user shows, and give you the option to buy the Battle Pass. Now, obviously, the Season 1 Battle Pass hasn't been implemented into the game yet, and this seems to only appear in the Zombies version of the mode after you finish a game sometimes. This is obviously a unfinished version of the Battle Pass itself, with a lot of the items still being placeholder items, and the expiry date for the Battle Pass being in 7 days' time, which is when the actual Season 1 Battle Pass releases. So, if you see this come up on your screen, I would highly suggest that you do not purchase it, because it seems like right now it does absolutely nothing for you. I am seeing players report that this menu mostly does appear only in the Zombies mode, buy it for whatever reason, and if you did end up purchasing this glitched Battle Pass, I would suggest you get in contact with Activision support, where I'm sure they'll help facilitate a refund for you. Next up, a new addition has been made to the Zombies main menu, where if you head over to the loadout section, you'll notice an item appears here at the bottom right part of your screen, sitting on that shelf that wasn't there beforehand. So this is the before, This is the after, and as you can see, Treyarch have added some kind of display case onto this shell, where it's very likely that you can display your various watches and wearable items that will be added into this game, similar to how they were in Modern Warfare. Next up, Twitch streamer Blazing Ghost Z was trying to get the wonder weapon here in Nocturne Toten when he looks over and sees a very interesting looking insta-kill, where this insta-kill is just rocking with blue electricity emanating from it, looking extremely cool, but the question is what caused it. Now, he does have dead wire on his papped Power of the Hour, so perhaps somehow his dead wire affected a zombie, then that zombie went down and left this blue insta-kill in its place. As far as we can tell right now, that this insta-kill doesn't seem to be different from the regular green insta-kill, but that might be something to be aware of, because if you remember back in prior Zombies games, zombies did have a chance to drop a blue power-up, which ended up giving you a negative effect. So definitely be sure to keep an eye out for blue power-ups appearing in your game, and send me a message over on my Twitter if you end up finding any. Next up, a few days ago, we theorized about there being some expanded custom mutation zombies options in this game that aren't publicly available yet. Well, recently it's come to my attention where these serial glitchers were able to somehow access this menu that seems to be a cut down version, where they were able to actually access the custom mutation features inside of Cold War Zombies. There's a bunch of features in this menu that you can use to modify your zombies game that were also available in Black Ops 4, everything from starting health, starting points, to point loss when going down, and even as serial glitchers demonstrate in this video, the ability to get a crazy number of self-revives. Now obviously this version of the custom mutations menu hasn't been made public yet for whatever reason, but we assume that if Treyarch does eventually decide to make it public here in Cold War, it will obviously be separated from normal progression when you decide to use it, because of course they won't want you easily ranking up your weapons and player stuff. Reddit user Pirate King seems to have made a new friend here in Maschine. I would like to introduce you to our friend Brucie the Megaton, where Pirate King and Brucie hit it off so well when extracting, the big guy just decided to follow him out. He was sick and tired of being stuck here on Maschine, but there's a problem. He falls off near the end, unfortunately. His weight on the chopper probably put it off balance, so unfortunately Brucie is still stuck here on the map. Next up, though the new patch that Treyarch added into the game added pack-a-punch camos to their Raygun, it seems to have brought on even more problems, where a lot of players today are complaining about a new problem found specifically with the Raygun that results in this being on your screen the entire time when actually using it. And how it can happen to you two is kind of expected if you watched yesterday's video. It has to do with the new system Treyarch implemented to try and stop the duplication glitch of weapons here on the map, where if you have a Raygun as your secondary weapon and try to upgrade the rarity of a primary weapon at the armor station, the game will most likely glitch out, resulting on you having this on your screen for the rest of your game when you're actually using the Raygun. It does seem that perhaps it could be solved by dropping the Raygun and then picking it back up, but on the bright side, this Reddit user was kind enough to inform the community manager over at Treyarch of this issue, to which he did end up responding, so hopefully the dev team at Treyarch knows about this issue and it'll be fixed in a later update. Another jam-packed episode of the show here for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hey, consider leaving a thumbs up on the video, and why not subscribe here to the channel if you aren't already. The Season 1 gameplay trailer for DLC coming into this game is due to drop very soon, and I can't wait to see what else Treyarch has cooking up in the form of zombies content for us in the future. But until that time, I'll see you with another Zombies News video tomorrow. Peace.